We are currently racing in Britain at Silverstone, I believe. Um, got a few minor tweaks and adjustments to the car, couple worn things, but nothing too serious. I don't think we should worry about. Right now, we are currently leading the points by 10 over Sebastian Vettel. Lewis Hamilton is third with 18 back. So the top three are pretty close to each other. Constructors' Championship, we're losing by 6 to Mercedes. And we are currently, round 10, I think. Yes, round 10. So the season started off with 4 wins, 2 horrible races. We got second in Canada. We won Azerbaijan and Austria. We just won. We got second. My bad. I'm sorry. Second. Couple races. I'm kind of looking forward to Spa in Belgium. Singapore usually is a race in the rain. So usually when we run Singapore, it's usually the race in the rain. So hopefully we're looking for a good run in Singapore. Japan, Suzuka. We've had some pretty good luck there before. Austin, Texas in the USA, the only F1 race in all of the United States. We've had some good luck, some bad luck there. Mexico, we're pretty decent. Brazil, I've had up and down there. And Abu Dhabi is another good one for us. So right now, I think we have to qualify for the race. So we will do qualifying. This will be the first time you guys will actually get to see me qualify in a live stream for F1, because I normally don't qualify on a stream, and I just go in and do the races. So you get to see me make a qualifying attempt at Silverstone. One of the most iconic F1 tracks in F1, other than, I do believe, Monaco is another good one. Excuse me. Kind of getting over some allergies here. Got some allergies here going on. So if I sound kind of rough and with a cough in here, I'm sorry. But, alright, let's get our Red Bull 48 out on track and make a qualifying run. Tuesday night in the next car truck series, we will be racing at the Homestead Miami Speedway in our Tuesday Truck Series League. If anybody here follows the NASCAR racing, so we'll be racing at Homestead Miami Speedway. We're currently in the top 3 in the point. I believe we're second in the points on that with our continuous lately second place finishes. Other than last Tuesday night, we came home with a 5th place in the Helmar 52. On the last lap, was running second with 2 to go, and some late race contact down the backstretch going into turn 3 towards the finish kind of ruined our chances of getting a win. But we'll get that Helmar 52 in victory lane. Starting to feel like the real Stuart Friesen with all these second place finishes in the truck series there. Alright, we're looking pretty good on our run so far. We haven't even got the green flag. We can usually make 1 to 2 runs depending on time management here. Excuse me. Excuse me. Alright, I think now we're on a clocked lap time. Oh, we're off on the grass. trying not to kill the gearbox on this car. I think I've had one gearbox fail on me once in one race. So right now, looking to get this car on the pole. I don't know if we should be expecting any rain in the race. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know what the forecast will bring for us in our Britain Grand Prix. Some very high-speed corners. Daniel Ricciardo with a fast lap. Our teammate. So that's good news for the Red Bull camp. I'm not sure who's in front of us at the moment. I just know it's a red car, I think.
Okay, Jeff here. You're causing unnecessary wear to your transmission. Try to take it easy. We risk losing it.
It's really hard to manage a gearbox in this game because of how fast these cars really are. So I think we're gonna call it good. We're gonna just win that one set. Kinda we're gonna baby the car back to the pits. That way we don't risk losing our gearbox here.
We're low on fuel. You'll need to return to the pits within the next couple of laps.
I know this, sir. I'm coming. Trying to stay out of the racing lane so everybody can do their qualifying, but it's kind of hard. They don't have like access roads where you can go where, you know, you're not in the way of other drivers. Alright, here we go. Oh, dang. He was flying into there. He was cruising. So I think we're gonna watch the lap times and watch the live TV feed on our monitor and keep track of lap times and see if we'll have to make another run. So we'll see if we'll have to force this car out again. Kind of hoping not, so I can save the gearbox. Alright, let's see. Right now, looks like we're pretty good so far with a 133.424.
So far is 133.4.
Alright, there's a little over, almost 4 minutes left. Alright, so we'll watch. It looks like he's out of fuel coming to the... Let's see who's still out on track. Looks like Palmer and Kavat and Pascal Wehrlein are the only cars currently on track. Alright. Sorry about that. I'm back. Had to blow my nose a couple times. So it looks like currently we are seeing a few people make some extra runs on track. Looks like Sebastian Vettel's right now second fastest. And Lewis Hamilton's right behind him, I do believe. Running third fastest. And Daniel Ricciardo, our teammates, running fifth. Roman Grosjean, Fernando Alonso. Qualifying's over. Alright. That's it, folks, for qualifying. It's going to be on to the race next. Alright, let's see. So with saving that one run, should have been able to save the gearbox just a bit to get us to get ready for the race.
Hi, Emma here. Just wanted to let you know what the team are hoping for in the race.
Alright. Let's rock and roll this race. We should possibly be able to get to the end of this race with this gearbox. So, we'll try it. That's the worst that can happen. We blow the gearbox and lose another race and lose points. But if we get another good race and a win, we should easily make up the points with no problem. So we'll see what happens. Let's skip all this. Alright, guys.
You should have some space going into the first corner, so try to keep it tidy.
Let's put some extra fuel in this thing just to be safe. We'll do... Wonder why we're... Really? We might have a grid penalty then. We must have had a grid penalty here. For some reason. Looks like it's just going to be cloudy for today's race. Let's get ready to go.
We're not seeing any technical issues coming off the practice start. Watch the RPM on the full start. We don't want to book down.
Alright, so we do our formation laps. Our formation lap, get the car all warmed up and ready to roll, get the brakes and tires up temperature for the opening start. We're going to be starting alongside teammate Daniel Ricciardo and in front of Sergio Perez. So let's get this bad boy ready to rock and roll. Skies are overcast. I'm not sure if we're going to see any rain. Maybe not. Maybe we will. Who knows? Sometimes it says that it won't rain and it ends up raining anyway. So, trying not to rev the engine too much to wear on that gearbox a little bit more. We got to try to save it as much as we can for this race. So, The other thing is, will the safety car come out and play a factor in this race? We haven't had any races with safety car been issued lately. I don't think we've actually... I think the only time we had a race with safety car was when we ran Monaco a couple times. We had safety car deployed. Not sure about now. We may see one. So the computer takes back over. So as the field's going to start forming back up.
Keep an eye on the lights. The start sequence will begin as soon as the grid has formed. Are you ready with the clutch?
Getting ready to rock and roll for 12. I think 12 laps. 13 laps. 13. And... lights out. Here we go, 13 laps. Not a very good start out of us. Oh, somebody's off to the grass.
Looking at some gearbox wear, try to keep your number of shifts to a minimum.
Somebody shot straight to the right coming out of the opening turn.
The front wing, the damage only looks minor, but you'll need to take it easy to avoid making the problem
I wonder who
worse.
that was. I think it might have been Sebastian Vettel getting the short end of the stick going into the opening turn. Look for the inside overtake. Make the pass. Alright, let's see if we can get this car rocking and rolling towards the front. Looking for a pass going into the straightaway. Still side by side. Whoa!
Pushing too hard, it's causing your gearbox to take increased wear.
Folks, we might end up losing the gearbox by the end of this race. Let's see how much damage we've done. Alright. Well, we'll see how long we can go with it. We'll just ride her out and see what happens, folks.
That's a strong start. Well done.
So, first opening lap was pretty chaotic going into the first turn. It looks like Sebastian Vettel got the short end of the stick, getting shot straight across the track. Luckily, everybody got through. We got a warning for making some contact with somebody. But other than that, everything's all good. Front four are kind of in their own little world out here. We're not up to full speed. We're not really sticking with them because we got a worn gearbox, but we're trying. We're still making some pretty good laps here. So if we can try to fight this out, we'll see what we can get out of it. Lewis Hamilton with the fastest lap.
Approaching the pit window, you'll be on the soft.
Now with us with the fastest lap. So even with a worn gearbox, we're still setting off some pretty fast laps here. We just don't get the corner takeoff like we want. So we were on his back bumper. We kind of lost some ground going through those corners. We just lose so much ground on these straightaways. Because of not having a full gearbox, but right now, with the DRS, it really helps. He's looking for a shot into the turn. We're going to make it a 3-wide battle. Nah, we're going to get out of there. I don't want to risk causing a wreck and ending our race, really. Oh, sliding into the corner a little bit. Sorry, Daniel.
Vettel's leading the race.
Oh, no. Sebastian Vettel is actually still in the front of the race. Never mind. Maybe it could have been Kimi Räikkönen. That red car we saw get shot out in the opening lap. Not too sure. I just know it was a red Ferrari car. Alright, that car sitting in third is the car we got to get ahead of. We got to finish ahead of him here in this race. But if not, we can always do it in the next one. So it's Vettel and Lewis Hamilton. 1-2. Valtteri Bottas up, and then us. Daniel Ricciardo. I'm not sure who's running 6th. Right now, we're kind of fighting a worn gearbox, but we're sitting in the top 4. So hopefully we can salvage a good finish out of this race. Looks like Lewis Hamilton's fighting for the lead going into this corner. And I think he got him. He did. He got him. Is Vettel going to try for it again? No. And we're going to close back in. It looks like Lewis Hamilton's getting out in front. Once he gets out in front, he's going to be hard to catch.
The pit window has opened.
Alright, so now that pit window is open, it's going to be trying to figure out when to pit to get an advantage on these front 3. Alright, let's do a little DRS action. See if we can roll in this car in front of us. Give him a little shove. Get him out of the lane. Look at that. Nice little overtake right there. Now on to Sebastian Vettel. Right behind him. Look for the overtake going into the corner. Oh, we made contact. Oh boy. Now those two are making contact back there. Was not trying to get into him, but that's what happens when you try to go in a high-speed corner side by side. Alright, now we gotta try to reel in one of the greatest Formula 1 drivers,
In this lap.
Lewis Hamilton.
Behind us is 2.8 seconds.
Let's see if Hamilton pits this lap, because we're coming into the entrance of the pits. There he goes. You know what? We're gonna follow him. We're gonna follow right behind him.
Exit now. You'll be racing as you leave the pits.
Alright, we had a couple of people stay out because, you know, the teams only can pit one car at a time. So right now we'll be racing Lewis Hamilton once we get out of the pits. It'll be for the lead once we get back out.
See these tires through to the end now.
Alright, so now we got to get back out on track and hope we can catch back up to Lewis Hamilton. Alright, Pascal, excuse us. We're going to squeeze on by you here, sir. Thank you, sir. I want to leave him in the dust. Now we got to catch that car in front of us. think Lewis Hamilton's number, if I remember correctly, is the 44. So hopefully we didn't put too much wear on our gearbox here in today's race. We can catch him. We run a couple clean laps and get through the corners the way we need to, and we should be able to reel him in. And Daniel Ricciardo is race leader, so he is in the pits. So everybody else gonna start coming down pit road. Everybody that's in front of Lewis Hamilton is gonna pit, so that's gonna make him the race leader once we come off that final corner. Alright, everybody's in. There they go. Alright, so now the new race lead is gonna go to Lewis Hamilton, with us gonna be second. Kimi Räikkönen moved up to 9th. He's gonna have a tough break today. But the challenge of this race right now is for me to catch Lewis Hamilton. Excuse me. This would be a DRS zone too, and we're not close enough to him to catch it. So he had a 3-something second gap on us. Now we're starting to reel him in. So let's see if we can keep reeling him in. I like to let the car roll through here so we're not using too much power on the gearbox. Get to the exit of the corner and let her rip. Excuse me. Looks like we're starting to reel him in. He's ever getting so closer. Didn't get through that corner the way we wanted. That allow him to pull away a little. Look at that. A new fastest lap. It wasn't even trying. That's with a worn gearbox, so that tells you we take our time and not force anything here in the closing laps. We should be able to catch him, which we are starting to. Still not close enough for DRS. Maybe next lap we should be a little bit closer. I think it's got to be within 1 second of the car in front to get the DRS. I don't know, maybe we're getting faster or Lewis Hamilton's getting slower, because there we are, we're closing him. Our teammate Daniel Ricciardo is sitting in 3rd. And they're way behind us, so we've really checked out on everybody. He gets through these corners so good. Oh no, Nico Hülkenberg out of the race. I wonder what happened there. And see, we are close enough on this straightaway to get the DRS, but not close enough to close in to really make a shot for oh, a little mess up there in that corner. They're not going to be close enough for the overtake here in this corner. He's going to get out of there a little better.
Fuel is looking really good. You're managing it well.
It's not really hard to manage fuel in this game. It's just making sure you lift early enough in the corners and letting it roll and... Caution in a section of the track, so we really can't pass anybody. Here's Hülkenberg on the side of the track. So right now, here's the chance to really catch him. We didn't get out of that corner like I wanted to, so he's still there. And this is the corner where he's really strong, is through this section. There he goes. Right here is where he's going to pull away, right here. Oh, wow, I think we actually gained on him a little bit there. We're going to have DRS on this straightaway. We could probably reel him in. It's going to be an interesting final couple laps here. Right on his bumper. Is he going to take the inside line? He is. He's going to force us to the outside. Crossover. Got him. What a move. Whew. He really forced the issue for that one. That was a tough one, but we are now in the race lead. Let's see if he can close the gap back up. Now all we got to do is run the final 3 to 4 laps as clean as possible and keep him behind us, because we're racing him for championship right now. So if we can win this race, we should gain some points on Lewis Hamilton. It's about a 9-second gap from us to Daniel Ricciardo. So now if Ricciardo can catch Lewis Hamilton and pass him, that would be a good finish for the Red Bull team. We'll get a podium finish, 1-2 podium finish. So right now we are currently pulling away from Lewis Hamilton, so that's a good thing. So if anything, we can make maybe one small mistake. Nothing that'll hurt us too bad to keep him back there. Oh, look at that. Another fast lap. Excuse me.
The turbocharger is on its last legs. Let's try to keep mileage on it to a minimum. There's 4 laps of fuel remaining.
The problems of trying to have a fast car and trying to win a race. You wear out your engine. But the thing is, if you can manage it long enough, you can pull off anything. Two more times around the circuit.
So the gap to our teammate is 12.5 seconds.
The question is the gearbox going to hold up? The tires are good, brake pressures are good, but I'm kind of worried about the gearbox holding up for 2 more laps around this circuit. But right now we seem to be doing pretty good. Hold on one second, I need to get a drink. Alright, there we go. Got a tickle in my throat I had to get rid of. And the thing with this, I gotta get research points to upgrade the race car, so stuff like this doesn't really happen so often. So we're in our first season of this game. Out of the 10 seasons we can run. I don't know if we can run any more than 10 seasons. Alright, we got one more lap.
This is your final lap. Final lap of the race.
Let's see if we can make it. If we do, it'll be our second win within 3 races. We won in
2
Azerbaijan.
laps of fuel remaining.
We got second in the past race. And now we're looking to get another win for the Red Bull team. And I think it would be our 6th on the season. So we've had a pretty up and down season. We've had a lot of highs compared to lows in this season. Oh no, Lance Stroll's out. End of the race, that's a bummer on the last lap. We got a big enough gap on Lewis Hamilton, but I don't know if the gearbox were to go. I'm not sure if we'd be able to make it to the finish line ahead of him. You can tell there's a problem with the gearbox. It's taking a few minutes to shift in the different gears.
Yellow flag.
But here we come through the final couple corners. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we're going to pull it off. Here it comes off the final corner.
Okay, clear.
It's going to be the 6th checkered flag for Team Red Bull.
That's a race win. You've really been great today.
That is amazing. With a worn gearbox, we managed to catch Lewis Hamilton in the closing laps and get the win. That is amazing. So that is now, I believe our 6th win of the season. I want to see that pass on Lewis Hamilton, so hold on. Bear with me here. Hold on, actually, I want to see what happened here in the first turn. I wonder if I can change cars. I can, okay. I believe, yeah. I believe that's Kimi Räikkönen. I want to see what... I believe that is Kimi Räikkönen. I want to see what happens with him here. Lights out. Gets into the corner. Oh, he makes contact with Daniel Ricciardo, and that's what shot him around. Wow. Usually you get stuck off in those sand traps, man, and it's pretty tough to get out of those. So we got quite a ways before, you know, we get through the pit stops. So we're gonna speed through here. I want to see that pass that we made on Lewis Hamilton through that one turn. This is the world's fastest Formula 1 race right here, folks. Look at this. I love the broadcast camera angles. Makes you feel like you're actually watching a race. That's one thing I love about Codemasters. If you had an online racing league for this, so you could actually have spectators and commentators, and it would be really, really awesome. I think that's us back there. We're racing. Yeah, I believe one of those Red Bull cars is us. That's us right there. Yes, we're the next car behind. That's when we passed Daniel Ricciardo, so we should be coming up on the pit stops here very shortly. Because I know it was after the pit stops we made that pass. There's the pass on Vettel. And that's when Hamilton pitted. This was about halfway through the race. Let's see, our pit stop. Bing, gone. Like 2-second pit stops, man. These pit stops in Formula 1 are nuts. Is he taking damage? Is Vettel taking damage? Looked like Vettel was taking damage in pit road. I don't even know how that happened. I don't know if that was actually true or that was just a quick game glitch. Alright, so now we can kind of speed this up a little bit. It's crazy how much of a gap Lewis Hamilton really had on me here. And we just seem to pick it off little by little. It's a lovely looking race car right there. I think this is, we're getting close to it. I really want to see that setup though. He really had that really set up pretty well for a tough pass, but we managed to make it work. I think we did make a little bit of contact. It wasn't this lap. I think it was one of these coming laps here. Yeah, I believe it's this lap when we catch him. Alright, we're gonna... I think it's right here. Nope, next lap. Maybe. I want to see this pass, because I know that was a heck of a pass. It was a tough pass. Here it is right here. Alright, right here. This would be a good angle on it. Let's see, right here. This is the pass for the lead and the win of the race right here. Side by side in the corner. Slight contact. And off we go. And on to win the race. That is amazing. That was the move of the race right there, folks. That got us, I believe, our 6th win. Excuse me. So right now we're looking really good in the season. Time attack in China or pursuit. Your opponent has are slower cars, but they each have a headset. Overtake them all before completing the allotted laps. Race against the clock to compete the required laps before this runs out. Huh? You know what? We're gonna do a time attack. We always do those small little races. We're gonna run something different here. Let's see what we can. Let's see if we can get any upgrades for our race car. No. We need one more race with that gearbox, and I'm not 100% that gearbox will last one more race. It's supposed to. You're supposed to run a slotted of 6 races with one gearbox, so the China circuit with a 2008 F1 car. So this ought to be pretty cool. This is one thing I like about this game is you can run some of the really, really old, fascinating cars. That's pretty cool. Pascal finished the race in under 5:15. Race against the clock to compete the 2008 McLaren MP4 23 Shanghai International Circuit lap limit 3. The change of the sound of the engines of these Formula One cars is amazing. These things look so cool back then. Formula One cars are some of the most unique and cool-looking race cars out there to date. Also, kind of deadly. If you reckon one of these really bad, man, it could go bad pretty quick. You also see the tire difference from 2008 compared to 2017. Because 2008 tires, they had grooves in them, and now they're just completely smooth, slick. This Shanghai circuit is actually pretty tricky coming into these first corners, man. I've had some pretty tough entrances and some pretty tough races. But it's a fun circuit. Most challenging part about this race is it usually rains. If it doesn't start off in the rain, it'll usually end in the rain. And that's what makes it pretty tricky about this track. Because it's really a high-speed circuit. But you get in the rain and you really lose a lot of your speed. You kept pushing into me. Like, I don't get how that... I got a warning for that. He's the one that made contact with me. But that's alright. We'll keep going. I don't know if we'll make it back in time. Look at him bottom out coming out of that corner and down this straightaway. That's how you make an overtake right here in that corner right here. That was beautiful. And we're going to make it exactly at 9 seconds left on the clock. And we passed it.
Got something you'll be interested in. Those performance upgrades we discussed after the last race. They're on the car and the data looks promising. Take a look at the details.
Woohoo! So less fuel usage. Alright. Don't have enough points for any recommended updates. And Lewis Hamilton's gap to catching us is now down to 4 points. And we currently... Yes, 6 wins. So, on to Hungary, guys. But, we're going to call it here for this video, and we will see you for the race of round 11. So if you enjoyed this video, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, keep up with any Formula 1 racing, NASCAR, or any other videos that I post for gaming, if you like. And I will see you in the next video.